to go over in this seminar as well is how the body reacts. And this is a big tool in martial arts because knowing how a person responds to certain strikes or certain techniques gives you an advantage over making sure you get the results that you want from that person. So here's how the mind works. Okay, the mind prioritizes. All right, so it's not just a matter of the person can block out pain or anything like that and focus just on what they're doing. So the body prioritizing one thing to distract the mind. Okay, so if I have a grip on her really hard, if I'm distracted, my fingers loosen up. Not a lot, not to the point that I let go, but you can notice definitely if somebody's gripping really hard, notice a big loosening of the hand. Okay, and one thing we do in martial arts, especially in self-defense, to get that reaction is pain off balancing. Okay, and we're going to take a look at pain first. Okay, the body prioritizes. So your body doesn't like pain, obviously. Okay, so it's going to compensate however it has to avoid pain. And it's involuntary. The person has no control. You cannot inflict pain on somebody, and that person's going to work through the pain. Okay, but it's going to be one of those things where it's going to distract the mind long enough to loosen the grip. Okay, so the person has a death grip. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to do something really quick to distract them and inflict a little bit of pain. Okay, it can be as hard or as light as you like. Okay, but just you're going to find when you guys are working with each other that just by doing like the flinching movement, the person like loosens up their grip without you realizing it. Okay, now if you're going to strike somebody, okay, it has to be worth your time. You can't go up and just slash them across the face, okay? That may not always make the guy let go. If anything, it might make him grip up. It's almost like the hot fry effect. You know, some people want to get a hot fry to let go, some grip it tighter, all right? Same thing with people. Sometimes if you slap them inside the face, you know, people like to grab a fry or something, and like babies. Some babies like don't like it. Some babies like squeeze as hard as they can, no matter how bad it hurts. It's like, all right? People, I was grabbing me. All right. So what we're going to do is that you want to make sure that, you know, just slap them actually making them do this more than release their arm, okay? So what we want to do is we more like want to do for pain as a distraction more than actually just inflicting pain on the person per se, okay? So there's some places that you can hit, all right, that we'll call it the desired effect that you want. First of all is the eyes and the bridge of the nose, okay? Flick someone in the eye. We have a technique called snake bite where we actually go and we like snap, or the technique is to snap in the eye, you know, 2 fingers so it doesn't really go in their eye, but it makes their eyes watery, okay? With that simple little movement, slapping someone in the face with your wrist, like this, okay? Will make their eyes watery, but it'll also distract them for a second. Just that quick move makes you flinch, okay? And that flinch is what releases the hand a little bit, okay? You guys will be surprised if you guys are gripping really hard when the person does that, how easy it is for you to release that grip a little bit, okay? The next thing is the bridge of the nose. Okay, hitting the bridge of the nose, you don't necessarily have to break the nose, but just by hitting the nose makes the eyes water. And that's a technique and that's the thing that runs upon a lot of times when you're like sparring or you're doing like a cage fight or something, and someone hits you in the nose, then your eyes become very watery, you can't see anything, you know, but just hitting the bridge of the nose is very painful, doesn't cause any permanent damage unless you hit it really hard, makes their eyes water, and again, releases their grip. Okay? Alright, the next thing is the throat. Okay? Punch the throat, you can kill somebody. Slap the throat, you just make them cough a lot. Okay? So we have a technique where we just kind of come in and slap the throat. And that just makes people, you know, kind of cough. Again, doesn't permanently injure the person, but definitely gets their attention. Okay? So if you're in a situation where you're walking down and somebody grabs, the nice thing is all the areas that you want to hit, get them to release that grip, is right in this area. You know, punch them anywhere else in the body, okay? And get like them like, guys can probably take that, especially if they're fat guys, they can take a lot more absorption. Okay, so coming in and like punching a guy may not get the desired effect, but no matter how big the guy is, muscular, strong, what have you, smack anywhere in those 3 spots, involuntary reaction. Eyes watery up in this area, coughing down here, doesn't matter which one you get, you still get to loosen up the grip, okay? So what nice thing is that when a person loosens up the grip ever so slightly, they're not necessarily going to let go. Some might, hit them throat like, do that, but more likely to just like loosen up, you start coughing, but the grip will loosen up and then you can pull it away. Okay, so what we're going to practice is you're going to get a nice tight grip on a person. You don't actually have to hit each other, but you're going to be surprised when you grip like this, just having somebody come like this will loosen up that grip. So if I'm having a broken grip on her, just having her do that, you know, just not, you don't want to come back here. You want to come back here because then you give the person time to think, okay? You really want to come from point A to point B. So like when someone grabs, if I'm walking down, just grab my hand, okay? Grab my hand. You're the attacker. Grab my hand, you just want to smack them back. Just that simple flinch gets them to loosen up their hand without realizing. So I'm walking down, okay? So you're expecting it, okay? That little flinch loosens up that grip, and that's the kind of effect that we're going for today. So as you see, I didn't even really even have to do any strikes. Just the simple fact that I flinch and go at her, gets that reaction, has the person release the grip just enough. Well, yeah. Right, right. Okay, there are different levels of attack, and you can respond pretty much as aggressive as you want, but here's the thing, and this is a philosophy we have in martial arts. The less damage you do to the person, the less paperwork you have to fill out, okay? Slap someone in the throat, flick him in the eye, release him, walking away, hey, we're good. You take a guy to the ground, push his eyeballs in, okay? Rip off something, okay? Stab him 37 times, it gets a little hard to explain, you know, the thing.
It might be the quick one to go to, but it'll be like,
yeah, that'd be perfectly acceptable. And
it'll
now
make it a little harder next time when you can't see out of the eye.
yeah, and yeah, that's good. But okay, another thing to do, you can also get sued. You know, while it is self-defense, when it comes to him being permanently blind, it is something that may or may not be an issue. You know, so just an idea that if you are attacked, okay, you can take whatever level you want, but usually when it comes to like martial arts and self-defense, you kind of want to start at the lowest level, work your way up. So if you come in, the person grabs you, flick the eye, pull up, and then all of a sudden like tries to grab up on you. And by all means, picking up frying pans, okay, picking up the butcher knife, you have more options at that point, okay. But what you want to remember too is that each situation is different. Okay, and you kind of have to make on call. Okay, and that's one of the things.
Interim, don't you just not more?
Sometimes, again, that comes down to where psychology. That's one thing we're going to talk about in a little bit too on the lecturing part. We're going to talk about different reactions from people. Some people, when you do whatever they say, it makes them madder. Some people, when you personalize yourself to them, it makes them more nicer. There's a lot of different things that we can, we'll talk about that when we get to the psychology part. Right now, let's talk about just inflicting enough pain for them to loosen up that grip. Okay? All right. Yep.